Good. Today we're going to do an art tutorial, and it's going to be our community service project. We're going to make a drawing for local firefighters. And where we're going to be sending these is actually one of our students' dad is a firefighter. So we're going to send him to his station. So I'll tell you what we need and then we'll get started. We need this project. A marker or crayon for writing your names and or for coloring. We're going to need paint. How many colors you want, you can use. You can use just one color, you can use 3, you can mix colors together, totally up to you. And then you want to get something to put your paint in, and a paintbrush, and water for rinsing your paintbrush. Okay, so let's get started. So I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about community helpers, okay? So a community helper, we've got more than one of these too, so just take one and then you can put the others to the side. And if you make a mistake or you don't like how it turned out, you can always do it again. But community helpers are people that do jobs that serve their community or the people around them. So the word community is just another word for the people that are around you. They could be the people in your town. At preschool, they're the kids that will be in your class once we're back on site. And it's just the group of people that you live near and interact with. So firefighters are community helpers because when somebody's in trouble or somebody gets hurt or somebody needs to go to the hospital or there's a fire in someone's house or fire outside, the firefighters are the first ones to be called to the scene, and they come out and they try to figure out what's the best way they can help the situation. And in helping the situation, they're helping the people in their community. Other community members are police officers, they're people that work at a grocery store, they're teachers, the people that fight for our country, the Navy, Air Force, and Marines. Let me think, I don't want to forget any. Construction workers, because they build our houses. And can you help me think? I'm going to keep thinking as we go along because I want to make sure that I got everybody. People that work at a library are community helpers. So community helpers, when they go to work every day, they're going to work to help people. So that's a super important job, and community helpers work really, really hard. And they normally pick a job of being a community helper because they want to help. They want to help people. So at some point in their life, it could have been when they were little, it could have been when they were a grown-up, they decided, you know what? When I go to work, I want to make sure what I do is helping people. So there's lots and lots of different kinds of community helper jobs. So what we want to do is we want to make this look really pretty, however we want to do that, and we'll go through it in just a minute. And then once we're painting, so we're going to paint, we're going to try to get as much paint like to cover the page so we don't see any more just white, plain white paper. We want to get lots of paint on there, and then we are going to put the other, whatever of these you want to put on. We have a sticker. The sticker says, this one says kindness counts. And we have some emoji stickers. And then we have one that says, have a mindful day. Think about what you say and do. Community helpers are definitely always thinking about what they say and what they do. Okay, we got some little stars in here if you want to put stars. What I wanted to do this project because I wanted to practice feeling gratitude, so feeling grateful and thankful for the community service workers around us. They help make our lives better. They help keep us safe. They help us learn. They're pretty amazing, right? Okay, so then you have this, and there's pom-poms and just little different random shapes. So we'll just put those over there and take this bag and put it to the side. And then I want to make sure, did you bring your pincher fingers? All right, you're gonna need them. So if you forgot them, maybe you can borrow them from somebody that lives in your house. I need pincher fingers for this. And then also, we are going to need our imaginations. Did you bring that? Good. Remember, using your imagination means creating anything that you want to at all. Anything that you feel like, ooh, I want to see what this looks like. Oh my gosh, this is really beautiful. We're just using our imagination. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple of paint colors and I'm going to pour them into the plate, and then we'll write our name on our paper. And if you pick primary colors, remember primary colors are yellow, blue, and red. If you choose those, you can mix two of them. So you can mix yellow and blue, you can mix red and blue, you can mix yellow and red, but if you mix all three of them all together, the color you get is brown. Okay, so let's just pour our paint. I'm gonna put a little bit of white because I like how white makes the colors look lighter. All right, we're gonna take our marker and we're gonna practice writing your name. So go ahead and take your time. And remember, whatever it looks like when we write our names is okay, because we're practicing and we're learning. And we're learning about letters, what they look like, what they sound like, what letters are in our names. Are you ready? Okay, if you need a little more time, just pause the video, okay? I want you to take your time with your name. So I'm gonna take my paintbrush. I brought two, I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, but I think I wanna use this one. And I'm gonna look at my white paper. It's a blank, there's nothing on it. And I wanna think about what I wanna do to make it look beautiful. And the reason why I want it to make it look beautiful is because once we put our stickers and our stars on it, I want to mail these to the firefighter station, and I want them to look at it and feel appreciated. I want them to look at it and say, oh my gosh, the kids from Ready, Set, Grow worked so hard on these art projects for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix two of my colors. I'm gonna mix blue and red. And I'm gonna add a little bit of white to that. Does anybody know if I mix red, do you remember how to do red in sign language? Red and blue. Do you remember what color I get? Okay, let's see. So I'm just gonna start painting because I'm not exactly sure what I wanted to do yet, but I just want to start getting the paint on the paper. I was thinking I might just go up and down and up and down and up and down until my paper is covered. But as I go up and down and up and down, I'm going to be using different colors. So you can do that. If you love circles, you could pick up your paintbrush and you can dab it in your paint and dab, 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 dab all over the paper. It would look like dots, which would be so pretty. Or if you have something else that you want to do, yeah, just go for it. Okay, so I started mixing red and blue. What color do you see? Yes. Let's do purple in sign language. Put two fingers up, put your thumb in between, and shake it out. purple. So do you have an idea of what colors that you want to paint? Yeah. And the paper, once we cover it in paint, it's going to be like the background. So it's going to be the thing in the background that they see for our stickers and whatever else we want to put on there. And you may not need to rinse off your brush, but if you want to not have all the colors mixed, put your paintbrush in the water and get it clean and then use another one. So if you want to mix them, don't do that. But if you don't want to mix them, if you want to keep separate, then you want to wash them, rinse them off in between each color. So while we're painting, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about community. Community is a big fancy word for the group of people that you live around that are a part of not necessarily your everyday life, but you're connected to them. So even just the neighborhood that you live in is a community. The friends that you go to school with, that's a community. And when we go back to preschool, you guys are going to get a lot of practice and understanding about how you can give to your community. So for instance, say we're at school and we're in class and one of our friends is feeling sad because they don't have anybody to talk to. Well, what can you do about that to help that friend? Yeah, you can go talk to them and see if they want to play. And that's you being a good, helping member of the community. Well, I just got some dots on there. That's another thing you can do. Just be careful when you splatter, if you're going to splatter, that you don't get any in your eyes. So yeah, being a community, a good member of the community, is helping those around you. And sometimes it's in ways you wouldn't even really think about. Like, you might not think about, oh, maybe asking somebody if they want to play. I wouldn't think that that would be being a helper, but it is. It is. What if you have a friend and say we're in art time at school and the friend is feeling frustrated because they're having a hard time writing their name? What do you think you could do in that situation? Yeah, you could give them encouragement. You can say, it's okay. We're all learning together. And once we practice, we're all going to learn it. That's another way. Offering encouragement is another way to serve your community. Because the stronger and healthier each person is within a community, the stronger and healthier the entire community is. That's the really interesting thing about community, because we are separate people, right? We're separate people. We're our own person, but we connect with other people, right? So if we're connecting with other people in a way that's helpful, it's just another way that we all help each other. And when we're all helping each other, I mean, that would be pretty amazing, right? Okay. How's yours coming? Awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix my red with my yellow. Does anybody know what red and yellow mixed together makes? Red and yellow. We'll do it in sign language here in just a minute. So I'm just gonna go over the top. I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow. right here. Do you see it? Yes, it's orange. Red plus yellow equals orange. Orange. Good job. Then once we're done painting, we're going to get our glue and we're going to stick whatever decorations we want to stick onto the paper. Okay, so I want to make and remember when we're doing this, we're really thinking about showing appreciation. Showing appreciation is just saying thank you. Saying to thank you to people that are maybe helping other people that we didn't even think about, right? The people that work really long hours in the grocery stores, it's a lot of work. Community helpers usually work very, very hard. And we don't even really think about if there weren't people working at a grocery store, how would we get food? So it's just about being aware, like, wow, I never even thought about that. And it's about being grateful. Construction workers are the people that are involved in building our houses and all the buildings that we see when we go out. So imagine if we didn't have people that built houses, right? And they do that. Part of the reason why they do that is because they want to provide homes for people. It makes them feel proud about what they're doing. And anything that gets made for a home, same thing. Hey, can you show me your painting so far? That's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. The firefighters are going to love it. Okay, I'm gonna take just a few more minutes here. I did stripes going up and down, and now I wanna do some stripes that go side to side and see how that looks. So firefighters, they work super hard. When they're working, they don't stay at home. They sleep in the fire station. They sleep in the fire station and they eat in the fire station. And they don't have a lot of time to be able to be with their families, because any minute when they're in the fire station, they can go from watching TV to eating food to even sleeping. And then an alarm goes off and that tells them somebody needs help. So they've got to get up and they've got to put all of their gear on and they've got to get in the truck. A lot of times they don't know exactly who they're going to help or what's happened. And then they show up and they do whatever it is within their power to make sure that the people are safe and healthy. And if the people need to go to the hospital, they make sure they get to the hospital. If there's a fire, they have their fire truck and their fire hose so that as a team, they can put together or they can put out the fire. Do you think it's important that we tell people thank you, that do different things for us, that keeps us healthy, happy, and strong? Yeah. Like your parents are community helpers, because parents work all day, every day, sometimes even while you're sleeping, to keep everyone in the home healthy, happy, and strong. And that is a huge community service job. And I know we are so, so, so grateful for our parents. They take good care of us. And parents don't always have enough time to take care of themselves, but they make sure that they take care of us. Can you see how that's helping the community? Yeah. Sometimes when we're painting, it's hard to think about what we're going to paint, and then we start painting and we just kind of use our imagination and come up with something. I love doing that. Okay. I'm just finishing up here. How's your coming along? Perfect. If you need more time, absolutely pause the video. Take as much time as you need to make your creation. Okay. And if you want some more art ideas for this, you could finger paint, or you could paint your hand and stamp. You can stamp on there so they can see your handprints. Okay, so when you're ready, can you please show me yours? That looks amazing. You did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. You're very creative. Okay, do you want to see mine? It's got different colors all over there. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our glue and make sure you have those pincher fingers. And then we're going to look and see what we want to put on here. I definitely want to put on stars because I feel like firefighters are stars. They're amazing. And what do you think you want to put on there? Yeah, that's going to be me. That's going to be big. We'll take a couple of these out. The little round fuzzy ones are called pom-poms. And then we've got, each of us have different shapes in our bags. Do you think you want to put a lot or a little bit on your paper? Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to count out how many pieces I want to put on my paper. Can you count with me? Okay, I know you guys are awesome at counting. I want to get my kindness counts. Kindness counts. That means that when we're kind to one another and we help one another, it matters. It's very important. It's very important to take care of each other when we're in a community. And I can't wait for us to be back at preschool in person so we can be back with our community. I cannot wait. But, you know, we're being patient right now. Okay, so I'm going to count to 12. Can you count with me? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You were really good at counting. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, and 12. All right, got your pincher fingers all nice and warmed up there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about where I want to put each of my decorations, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue. The stars are stickers, so you can just take off the paper. You might need some help with it, but you can just take off the paper like that and stick it right onto your painting. Since the paint is wet, you don't need to use glue. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay. Gonna get one of my little pom-poms. So are you using a lot of decorations for your paper, or are you using a little bit? That's going to be beautiful. So have you ever thought about being a community helper? Yeah. And if you were to be a community helper, do you know which one you would like to be? So we could be a construction worker, which has to do with building homes and stores. It could be a firefighter, a police officer, a teacher, someone that works in a grocery store, someone that works in a library, right? Because they're providing books so that people can learn how to read. You could be in the military. Cool. So are you putting your decorations closer together, or are you putting them farther apart? Yeah, that's perfect. How do teachers serve the community? Do you know? Yep. They teach the people of the community things that they didn't know before. So teaching is also a community helper job because we're providing education. So teaching someone, say, to write their name, or how to do art, letters, how to talk about feelings, how to play with friends, all of those things. A lot of us, we did not know those things coming into preschool. We probably knew some of them, but we might not have known all. And then once we're learning, that stays with us. Whenever we learn something new, we get to keep it until we're a grown-up, which is pretty special. See, using my pincher fingers here. Almost done. Oh, that's right. I wanted to do my kindness counts. When the firefighters see this, I want them to know that I'm saying thank you through my art. And they can hang these up in the fire station so they can have art from all of us all around them. And you know what? That might just make them smile if they're tired, or they've had a hard day, or they miss their families. Okay. Whenever you are ready, go ahead and show me. That looks so good. It's very creative. I think the station is going to be beautiful with all of our art hung up in there for them. And I know they're going to feel like we're saying thank you and that we appreciate them. I will show you. That's my art. So it's pretty amazing that every single one of our art can look totally different and they're still beautiful, right? It doesn't have to look a certain way because it's art. It's the beautiful thing about art. There's lots of different kinds of beautiful. All right, we'll let this dry and then we can go to a postal annex or the post office. I'll send you guys the address and then you and Mom can put it in the envelope. You might need to get a bigger envelope that is the whole size of the paper. And then you'll put an address on it, and then they at the post office, another community helper job, because the people that work at the post office are making sure that people all over the place are getting what they need in the mail. It's a huge job. They also work really, really hard. So once we take it down to them and have the address and we have it in an envelope, they're going to take it and they make sure it gets to the right place. So super helpful. All right. Let's lift them up all at the same time. Can we do that? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Your art is so beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this art tutorial, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.